that was really good so tonight. So I'll go with 8 without a 9. So it was a very good. So I'll go with 8 and 9. So I'll say it was very good so tonight. So if you want to subscribe to in your channel, and you will get one membership in my descriptions below. And put subscribe like in my channel top below. So let's go Smackdown Live from tonight. So I just said Ronald's promo. He said, I just said Ronald is wanting to imitate to Onion City, Roman Reigns, and CM Punk. I didn't insult the first of the business to his into the right addressing he told the fans in the opening announcement of the show. After he spoke to the WWE Universe of the turning of the squabble he has made was the company of the including bring at WrestleMania 40 from last year. After to save Cody Rhodes from Roman Reigns, and while he has a step was at home with the during of cancel. Wasn't in Nancy personal promo. So I like that sentiment of this promo that he earned him the respect of the fans in Las Vegas. It was the perfect cap to this story. And that has lack of stacks or the deck was live and throwing attendance how independence of the contest is to said Warners. And this was a faster way to kick off the show. So after every night attack, Tamatanga into the parking lot, slinging his arm into the car door. After Roman Reigns knows nothing about the squabble of CM Punk knows, this was nothing about I know anything about Savon's claim. After this story began 12 years ago. After when Paul Heyman brought Roman Reigns into to WWE. After it ends tomorrow night in the most independent triple threat match of all time. So got Andre said excited, Waddle. After Ray Phoenix, Shinsuke Nakamura, Zack Gable, Larry Castle, The Miz, Andrade, Kamala Hayes, Khalil, Putty Daly, and the Creed Brothers, R-Truth, AWO, Jack and Lee, Charlie Bate, Pete Dunne, Austin Ferry, Grayson Waddle, Otis, Gary Chisara, Kenan Cross, Yamato, Enzo, Casa, and Santos, Gasketball. Also late in the 2025 Onion said excited Battle Royal pre-match. So after Joe's favorite Ray Phoenix looked to be on his way to winning the biggest match of his young, decade-long career. After winning a grande a cameo mostly from out of nowhere to trip him up to eliminate him from the contest. After with the bottle down to former force to Kamala Hayes. After an Andrade fans inside the team member area became alive for the reapplication of their rivalry. After it defined their beef back and forth. I was before Kamala Hayes dumped it in jail and scored what was the most. After an independent win of his mainly roster-long career. And this was a fun bottle down the stretch. As a ton of talent that could put out a card of their own. After when Kamala Hayes really was a great boost for the guy who struggled to cast on with a sunscreen story. Added throughout his first year on the main roster, and like Boston Reed last year. After he will hopefully has the opportunity to go on a great and one throughout the rest of the year. And the winner of this match is Kamala Hayes. After Zack gave a comment to proving he is not a Grande coming by competing in this match. After so he can have his wrestling moment in this tournament, after Lissinger gave a teed off on him. He wasn't animate him to continue that story to read. After the booze went down from the stands as a hometown favorite, Kevin Cross was eliminated by Dragon Lee. After Kamala Hayes and Andrade into the final, the four was nice to their months-long feud was starting in a best-of-7 series. So, between WrestleMania top division and head of WrestleMania, after how does one wrap up the build to a two of the full women division matches by including them in a one segment, of course. I was a while some of arguing that Triple H path to the final hype was a Women's World Championship at Championship match. It was between Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair and Aya Sky and Say Cargill versus Naomi. I was somewhat lazy that I just submit Cody match of both programs together. I just in a way that made sense. I just went Naomi interrupting Belair and questioning her early sense of EST has her attacks, messages, and phone calls. I just made sense due to just connect that was has decided between them. I just sense a formal I just see attack say Cargill. I just was that say Cargill to interrupt and ensue between the five women ending with a sky. I wasn't reminding the world of who she is and what she can do come Sunday night. Only put a judgment point on things. I was about the character leading to the sweet way to the match. After we has been lacking in this was a fine way to shine a light on the women's top division into masses that should have fans paying close attention when the bell rings. And this one is probably the most independent one to me. After when Rhea Ripley said of this holds a 6 championship match in a row at WrestleMania. After when Aya Sky was once again to be respected, not even able to speak before, to Bianca Belair made her interest to compete the championship pistol. I just look on Ripley's face when Naomi Mercy played with all of us. And when Ripley stepped between the Cargill and Belair teasing and mess up the wrestling world, and you will likely pay coupons amounts of money to see. So next match we got WWE Tag Team Championship match. We had Street Profits, which take on Macho Seat Machine Guns. I just set Street Profits and Macho Seat Machine Guns to battle for the WWE Tag Team Championship on Friday night. I did on Smackdown, but it was the sword team in their long-running rivalry that was left with the titles. Also late into the match, Tommaso Ciampa and Sonya Gargano saw the guardrail and attack to confidence during a no contest. Andre finished before and wasn't listed the gold. Andre said booking here will seem just like a triple match, was that the gold is incoming. In fact, Andre said commence a break. Andre when Smackdown gets a minute, so Nick Aldis announced a TLC match for next week, so between the three teams. I understood this was a pretty belt and switch attacks, and so the crowd let them know it during Nick Aldis' announcement was during the next week part. In this match, it's no contest this match. After when Alex Sully and Chris Subin have on a battle against the reactions that Jelly Beat fans have given them, and they have also on a battle character, and this feud is ready to be highlight on the WrestleMania card. After when Nick Aldis informed Sasson Green that he successful 6 women tag team match is off, and in its place is a goes one-on-one match between the women's United States champion and Selena Vega. Randy Orton opened Sanders in Selena Vega versus Sasson Green. On the one day before the start of WrestleMania 41, after when Randy Orton does not have an opponent for the showcase of the into the squad circle to issue an open silence. Also to anyone who gets why Randy Orton needing a WrestleMania opponent and me dating someone will answer. After such a break, Selena Vega looked to go to -0. After against Sasson Green in a couple of weeks, and she did says that losing Sasson Green mounting against her in the middle rope, Nicole Red to score a painful victory. Either one will inside this will set her up for a serious opportunity in the new Russell, but considering how also emphasized that possible title has been bought since back in December, it would not be surprising. So whatever it did not, and the winner on this match, Selena Vega. After when Randy Orton said he will be in Giant Stadium with there's enough baby oil on him, and that is the type of self. Also, homie that makes him such a compelling talker. After the women's United States Championship feels like it couldn't be quite true, little but fault of the competitors received by Triple H and Colt made. After must take a good long, hard look at after what the goal was the title in the division as a whole is. After with this teaser package, so Aleister Black teases early before doing on after his wife Vegas match never gets old. So we got tag team match. So we got every night versus South Dakota and turns into a tag team match. And Tim Stringer has the talks. After wins, they get far to look to send a message to every night ahead of the United States Championship match this Saturday night at WrestleMania, attacking the Megastar and doing these other cases finish to the babyface. After Sunday match with Solo Sikoa and Braun Strowman made the save and Nick Aldis into Smackdown, CM fastest booked a tag team match. Also a high energy tag bout just highlight all four superstars and ended with every night. He was sending Second Fight 2 into the community team and they paid Sokola to score the victory for his team. And this was a nice showcase for these competitors in the upcoming US title match. But one cannot help but be distracted by how so far Sokola has fallen from his run at the top of the company not 6 months ago. He was of the blue brand, now he missed a resume inside his character in Second Fight 2, the big weekend. After the match, a confident WWE Women's Champion Terry Stratton is sat down with Wayne Barrett and discussed her match with Charlotte Flair. After she came across the better than she has recorded, but her was little new to come from it aside of her footing to build in her earlier confidence with the Queen. And the winner on this match is every night. Anya could regardless not add a pedal as an end of the widely paid image. Anya took the great Teddy Long in his positive for booking and tag bouts. No one of DDT himself a quote like Braun Strowman. Went Second Fight 2 bumps around to the ring like no one else for Braun Strowman where it has his own bobbing or his pull. Said Samoan Werewolf might be the most possible wrestler in the company. Every night was the last man standing here, so yep, Second Fight 2 is finally taking the title on Saturday night. His next match against AWO will take on Making Made. Andre was born of the events in that fold with the underset giant Battle when only in the night. Andre went Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee, and Ray Phoenix battle that gave into Creed battles in 6-man tag team asses. It was a fast-paced, high-energy, high-flying match. I was supposedly down the stretch. Dragon Lee and Ray Phoenix sold out was down the stretch. After Wilson a little scoring the victory, Ray Anderson attempted in the area returned to Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio, who was intended to buy WWE to medical staff and needed to be carried out of an area. After it looks like Rey Mysterio got hurt into the match, a doctor has to help him out. After if he is seriously injured and focused to miss his match with a Grande Cameo, After was a fooling with Zach Gable. After in code on the Raw brand, it will be a massive department for the performer himself and all he built with Gable. And the winner on this match is AWO. After we had some great newcomers informed that we'll have wrestled the play, but do not forget. I was about Dragon Lee and Wayne Barrett said on Community. You hear him and Triple H. After when Ray Phoenix and Dragon Lee are seriously excited has all the Creed brothers who his to Triple H and Colt figuring out something sophisticated for them to do opposed WrestleMania. Cody Rhodes and John Cena face to face the following time. I knew just Cody Rhodes has the guts to do what is necessary to win, or will he stay loyal to the fans? After it was the question that John Cena asked the WWE recipient in the last exchange before the WrestleMania 41 and main event. Cody Rhodes responded to his opponent and was very few fireball knockouts of his own, winning over a crowd in Las Vegas. After that was only 60 minus 40 in favor of him to that point. I just said the crowd doesn't reveal what may be a very interesting reactions to Sunday main event with more in favor of John Cena, and then WWE may have expanded help with that effect of any primitive payments by Dwayne The Rock, and the impact of that moment on the outcome. So as for now, and this was all imitating Fabulous exchange. Whatever is nothing else with Cena making his point, he was lining out the narrative while Cody Rhodes fought back with a few bombs on his own before coming in attitude assessment. After close words to put in to the assessment. After said the reason this isn't a wrestling retirement is because after every over wrestler is scared to lose of Cena said, I had to love and joy live in my life. I don't need a single one of you, is Cena told to the fans. And you will lose because you are kid about them, and losers don't write history, and winners do, Cena said. After these people will always make up it wasn't the truth, and they want to believe Cena said that nothing was lying. I knew you didn't need a tattoo or a suit, because on Sunday, I'm gonna make you somebody, the Cena said, somebody who has to sour teas with the loser in your life. After you call me underwhelming and where you are overrated, and Cody Rhodes said. After your opponent did Sting at the Starrcade late 1997, after when Cody Rhodes said very clear line, the Sport and Pro Wrestling Podcast, SCP, Colin Thompson. I just hope we'll saw you around, but I just ask that Olsen's are support to the people, and you want eminence for now. So he kept coming for the champion in an overall grade. And this was a much better hard sale of WrestleMania Day Monday, what was sparkly with the payments for John Cena. I understood with most insults and bookings this season already in a piece before Friday show. It's a USA Network, and this is still for like a very safe, so that they look to confidence and fans that were not already invested in WrestleMania or wasn't the show to decide to. I just said Kamala Hayes' win was a nice, big surprise in the promo. After at the top of the show was possibly the best of his entire long career, but this was all a 3-hour show that would have made a greater impact had it been of 2. So this show was a very good show tonight. I, I love that salesman. So let's go to my YouTube results. So this check this out. It's a follow Smackdown. Go home so. Hold on guys, give me 1 minute. So we got 100% largest vote tonight on Smackdown. 7% is alright, 7% didn't like it. So let's go to my X poll. So give me 1 minute. Here. So let's go to my X poll. So we got 6% largest vote tonight. 100% is alright, 7% didn't like it. So, thank you for watching on Smackdown review and recap. And I will be doing a Hall of Fame. It starts about any minute. Almost 10:36. I have a few minutes to Hall of Fame start. So, yes, it was a great impact on the show on Smackdown tonight. So let me see here on any more today's. Miss Stacey Perry has been tweeting this out with Miro, I think. So let me put a screen here, give me a few minutes here guys. So let me put a screen quick fast minute. So this was a good show tonight. Not Stacey Perry. So this was a good show tonight. And John Cena and Cody Rhodes had a face-to-face from a bottle. So that's where Mysterio walked into the backstage with medical staff. After when Mysterio got hurt on his ankle. So we will keep you guys update on Rey Mysterio. Oh, here's the next one. After the Sting has at 97. And Cody was cooked on John Cena today, face to face. So this was a really good show of that announcement between that. So that's a new match. That's the Pete Dunne. So do you think like this show tonight on Smackdown? I loved it. So let me see here. It says Rollins has a new t-shirt. It says Born It Down. It's brought back. I was thinking about Randy Orton would be at WrestleMania Sunday, but who will step up? Who will it be? I was scared about Marvin being in the Hall to face Randy Orton's opponent. So what do you guys think? So please so you thoughts whose opponent could be. Instant has him with CM Punk. It's Lana. After the award of making a rounds is that Lana has signed a David Lesnar's contract. So give me a few minutes here. So I'll wait to update on this 1 minute of Lana on her Lesnar contract. So thank you for watching on tonight's Smackdown review, tonight's show. And I will be back here tomorrow night at NEC Standard Level, lower time, 1 o'clock tomorrow night. So, I think it was good. So, we're wrapping up here in a few minutes here, guys. So, it was a good show tonight. So, I was thinking about Marvin. He would face Randy Orton, I think. Hold on, guys. Give me 1 minute. Hold on. Yeah. This says Marvin's going to be at Randy Orton's opponent at WrestleMania. I saw this tweet about a few minutes ago. Marvin's going to be at his opponent with Randy Orton's opponent at WrestleMania and made it to Las Vegas. So let me put it on the screen here if you guys want to see this a minute. So that's Marvin. He will wrestle against Randy Orton's opponent in WrestleMania. So Marvin will be facing against Randy Orton at Las Vegas at WrestleMania. It says Marvin's gonna beat Randy Orton's opponent at WrestleMania. So that's my final question of Marvin to be to face Randy Orton's opponent. So this was a spoiler on Marvin beat to wrestle against Randy Orton's opponent. So I was thinking about Marvin had not wrestled since, like way back against The Undertaker, I say 2005 maybe, I think. So he hasn't wrestled much since like 2005. So he might be facing against Randy Orton at WrestleMania. So 100% sure. That's what he said. So I haven't seen him wrestle since like 2005. So I'm thinking about he might comeback match of Marvin. So I haven't seen him wrestle since like I say let me see here. I say it was back in 1976. So he hasn't wrestled much on his match against the Undertaker. Yeah, 2005. Jerry Heat. So he might be a true lesson of all time. So he might be facing against Randy Orton's opponent. I think. Hold on. Give me a few minutes. I'll be wrapping up. So Marvin faced Randy Orton since like 2003. So he has never wrestled since this year's 2025. So he might do a comeback match and face Randy Orton's match in Las Vegas this year. So I say 100% sure. I think he is. So it was a good show tonight on Smackdown. It was really good impact. The shows. So I will finish up here. So let me see here. Any more spoilers or any wrestlers big surprise? Oh, here's a spoiler. It says I didn't add yet an over AJ returning card. We anniversary this was me making. I think. So Chris Bay is back to TNA Wrestling with Ace Austin for TNA Wrestling. He came back to support his friend. Okay, so here's the next one. It says Rey Mysterio had to be given to send it back by Adagos. So we will stay tuned. Any more details of any more updates into Wrestling Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio. So it's Paul Heyman with Travis Scott and Roman Reigns. So we will wrap it up in a minute. So next thing, Punk's entrance strong for WrestleMania looks insane. So let's go between WrestleMania and Predictions match. In a minute. Check my notes here. So let's go to WrestleMania card for last time. Let's do it night 1, 4th. Let's go to make the predictions. So here's the lineups. Okay, so we have a night 1 card for final time. So we got say also versus Gonjo, the World Heavyweight Championship match. We got say Cargill versus Naomi, World Warriors versus we take on the New Day, Women's Gear versus Equande and Cameo, Aaron Knight versus Secret Fight 2, Jimmy Stewart versus Sonic Blue, and the men's championship match of main event. They got Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns versus CM Punk. So, thank you for watching on tonight's on Smackdown tonight. So, thank you for watching. I will wrapping up right here tonight. So have a great Friday. Have a rest of your weekend. I'll see you guys tomorrow at NXT Standing Level. This starts at 1 o'clock. I'm going to do a review starts at 3. So I'm going to do a review tomorrow night at 7 o'clock local time. And I'm going to keep some more reviews. So that tomorrow night you can have NXT Standing Level and WrestleMania at local time at 7 o'clock. So have a good Friday. Have a rest of your weekend. I'll see you next time. Have a good one, guys. Peace.